So tip number 2, if you are trying to create something unique for your podcast. For me personally, I wanted to make a jingle that was really unique for the podcast. I didn't just want to pick up even a royalty-free one that already existed. I wanted to create something from scratch. Now, of course, you don't have to do this, but one of the ways I did do it, and all you need is a MIDI cord. I literally got this from Amazon for $10. And if you have a keyboard that accepts MIDI, you just plug it in, get this USB into your computer, and then open up GarageBand, and then you can pick which track you want to make. So you can pick a MIDI track. By picking that track, whatever you play will show up as these MIDI notes on your program. And it's really cool because if you want to choose between different types of instruments, different types of sounds, and you have any musical background and any idea all of what you think things should sound like, you can really play around. So I recommend, if you want to do something original this way, that is one of the easiest ways to do it. Like I said, this is about $10 on Amazon, and you can use GarageBand if you have a Mac. You can use GarageBand if you have a Mac, and you can use Audacity or a program like that if you have a PC. Here are some examples of pieces I created using GarageBand. So tip number 3 for the podcast. Some of you may be asking, where do I find the people I get to interview? Well, honestly, I don't have to look really hard. I love checking platforms like LinkedIn, where there's tons of talented people who have come up with amazing concepts and have scaled amazing businesses, and just checking their profiles, reading about them, and checking their website. It is that simple, really, to find prospects that would be interested and possibly willing to do an interview with me. And it's as simple as that. I find them, I connect with them, I message them, tell them what the podcast is about, and honestly, most people have said yes, so it has been a great experience. Another way I like to look for people to interview is similar. I go on Instagram. There's so many business owners, talented people on Instagram. And the thing with my podcast is I'm not just interviewing entrepreneurs, I'm also interviewing artists, models, musicians. So it's really easy to find that on Instagram, and people post a lot about their content, about their passions, and about what they do. So I hope that advice helps, and if this is something you're wanting to do and create more opportunities for yourself in, those are my suggestions to you. So I hope this advice helps, and I hope you guys are able to check out my podcast, which starts next week. Be sure to follow me on my page to get more updates. Thanks for tuning in, and reminder that my podcast starts exactly next week on Monday.